Episode 1, Space Babies. That episode sucked. Absolutely sucked. I did a review of that one, and I'm like, ugh, gross. There was some political messaging in it, but that's not why it sucked. It just sucked because I'm like, is this supposed to set the tone for the rest of the season? Because ew. And as you can see, after that abysmal performance, they released 2 episodes in the same day on their debut. The next one was The Devil's Cord, which I didn't hate that episode. I thought it was much better than the first. It had a lot of issues, but all in all, it was okay. It pulled in 3.91 million, so you lost a handful of people there, a couple 100,000. Episode 3, Boom, which just made the Doctor look like a complete moron, but they boasted, "Oh, it's technically only week 2 if you don't count the Christmas special, which was the Church on Ruby Road." This was the 3rd outing of Ncuti Gatwa, the 2nd week of him as the Doctor, him and Ruby Sunday as the companion. Boom, and they boasted it's the return of Stephen Moffat. He's teaming up with Russell T Davies for the first time, I believe, in Doctor Who, and they did Boom, and that episode was meh, super meh, horrible political messaging, some good that I could get behind, but just like really overt, stupid political messaging. Plus, it made the Doctor look like an idiot. 3.57 million. 73 yards, which was creepy. It was a Dr. Light episode. He was like in the first scene and the last scene, and the rest of the show he wasn't in it. It was all Ruby. It was okay. I'll say this, it was really good up until the finale where they reveal what the hell is going on, and then you're like, that was extremely unsatisfying. I feel like that was most of the season, where like the buildup was great. It was like building up, and then like the reveals have been so lackluster isn't even the word for it. Just so many plot holes, and it's like sex that you're building up. Like the sex is pretty good, you're loving it, and then you don't get off, and you're just left with blue, you know what. Dot and Bubble with the most insufferable effing characters we've met all season. They were supposed to be insufferable, but man, and the conclusion was super, just again, left you going, what? That one, horrible, 3.38, horrible episode. Rogue. That was the like the Doctor ran off and left his companion in a strange place with monsters running around so he could go have a love story with a dude. Cool story, bro. And he wasn't even the hero at the end of the episode. Sucked. Slight bump, 521 million. The Legend of Ruby Sunday. This is the last 2 episodes of the season. 3.495 million. I will say this. I didn't have many notes for The Legend of Ruby Sunday. I had a few notes for Empire of Death. Empire of Death was a finale of the season, and that was the biggest blue you-know-what of them all. Just epic. What? It fell flat. So many plot holes, so many unanswered questions, and some of them are like setups for future seasons, and some of them were just it's like, oh, you know why? Because F you, that's why. Like, there's no payoff, or the payoff is just lame. Like, why is this going on? But Empire of Death, not reported yet. But I will say the last 2 episodes of the season, in my opinion, were the best. And this isn't a popular opinion, but I like The Devil's Cord. We finally figure out the one who waits, who the hell that is, at the end of the episode. Yet despite it performing worse than the original series, season 26, whose ratings were so bad that it led to Doctor Who being put on ice for almost a full 16 years. The Eighth Doctor's 1996 television film being the franchise's only official screen production during that time. The latest Doctor Who season continues to receive the full support of the BBC's PR machine. I will say, if you want to see the Doctor Who movie, it was very fantastical, less sci-fi, and I didn't hate it. I liked it. I actually cosplayed as the Eighth Doctor at a recent Comic-Con this year. Nobody knew who the hell I was. It was fairly obscure. If you want to see that movie, it's in full on YouTube. You can watch the entire thing on YouTube. It's because it's not on any streaming service. So they get away with just posting the whole damn thing. The season of Doctor Who premiered on iPlayer nearly 24 hours before broadcast, and episode 1 has already been viewed by nearly 6 million viewers and continues to grow. Really? Doctor Who remains one of the most watched programs. Oh, God. So British to spell that with 2 M's and an ES. Like, stop it. Like color with a U. On iPlayer, and is the BBC's top drama for under 35s this year, making it one of the biggest programs for the demographic across all streamers and broadcasters. Cope. It was not good. It was a very, especially for all the advantages they gave Doctor Who, for all the leg ups, for the bigger budget, everything. The first black gay doctor, Russell T Davies, returns to steer the ship. We're on Disney Plus, yada yada. This was such a disappointment in every way. And they're coping and seething. And they're making excuses because they want to make it, they have to make it seem like a success. It can't not be a success. They basically did a full reboot like they did. If anybody's been a Doctor Who fan as long as I have been, they damn near did a full reboot when Stephen Moffat took over the show from Russell T Davies and David Tennant regenerated into Matt Smith. It was from 10 to 11 Doctors, that is. They damn near did a full reboot of the show. It looked different. It had a bigger budget, had a different showrunner, a different doctor, just everything. New companions, different opening, everything. They did that again with Ncuti Gatwa and Russell T Davies on Disney Plus, and it still was just a colossal failure. It wasn't as bad as Jodie Whittaker, only because they've got Disney behind it now, and Disney won't let it be that colossal of a failure. Like, more eyeballs are going to be on it, but only slightly more. That's the biggest thing. This is Doctor Who. Like, Doctor Who was known and loved in America, but nowhere near like it is now being on Disney Plus. This was Doctor Who's coming out party to America on Disney Plus, and it sucked. And people are walking away going, so this is it? This is Doctor Who? Come on, kitty. Bad, all the way around. And BBC can cope all they want. They've been coping with it for ever since Jodie Whittaker took over, because she was the first female doctor. And her historic run had historic lows. Lower than when they canceled the damn thing back in the 80s under Sylvester McCoy as the seventh Doctor.